So they'll be calling you a radical. This is an important historic video because what's going on in Iran with Israel and Iran, the arrogance of this is beyond pathetic. Who the fuck do the both of them think they are? You know, there's a world here, and I don't think I need to talk about this more. Fukushima. The centrifuge process. If this really is an active centrifuge plant that they're sabotaging, well, the one in China is in meltdown, this little SMR Utah promoting. Let's talk about this. So let's talk about Kathleen, Higley, Oregon State, all these liars. I mean, it's midnight, baby. The clock struck midnight on March 11th, 2011. Let's talk about this. Oh, uranium, natural. No. It's not what's in a nuclear energy reactor. That's uranium-238. Uranium-238, they take it. They take as much, say, as big as this open field to get enough for one little set of bundles for I mean, it takes as much as big as a square mile to make much for one cycle in one reactor. What do? So they take this uranium, natural from the earth, 238, they turn it into uranium-235. Now, how do they do that? Centrifuge process. Now, it's for bombs, well, nuclear energy. Nuclear energy are bombs. By definition, Fukushima, Mayak, White Sea, 88. What's going on over there right now? So, stay with me. How do they do it? They take this, they put it in these cylinders, these giant cylinders, and they spin it at centrifugal force. They gas it with what I call the hell gas. Nasty shit. They gas tremendous amount. What happens? It's spinning, it separates. Oh, the clock struck midnight on March 11th. It's past midnight. We should have shut every nuclear reactor, energy reactor down in this country on March 12th, 2011. Well, we go back to Chernobyl. We go back to 3 Mile Island. You know, we go back all the way. We should have listened to fucking Einstein. So, when they gas it and spin it, the more intense, radical uranium-235 separates. It moves to the outer walls. Well, there's a problem with that. Because in this process, what happens is, while this is going on, these atoms smash together. And they collide. They split by incredible force when they smash together. When they smash together, it creates something called plutonium, named after which all kinds of strontium, cesium, iodine. I mean, we go on and on and on. Of course, what's coming out of Fukushima is what I named plutonium. So, where does it go? So, they capture it, they shove it into metal rods, and put it to make nuclear energy. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Anybody who tells you I can, fools. All these fools. Plowshares, I set them fucking straight. That tells you we're okay with the technology, nuclear energy, but not with the bomb. Are fucking fools, just that. This is the most unnatural thing in the world. Again, it takes a field as big as this to make just a couple rods full. So, this is a real active centrifuge process going on in Iran, and Israel has sabotaged it. Iran says, no, they have not sabotaged it. Now, let's go back to that piece of shit, Barry Antoinette Obama and Netanyahu. Remember when they were killing Iranian scientists and sabotaging? And it got leaked by Cartwright, the same guy that was in the Situation Room at freaking Fukushima, make it so, who radiated his own men. They murdered my father. Somebody says there's no such thing as a Special Forces Marine. You want to fucking bet on that one? You want to bet on that one? Oh, the originals. 1951. Human lab rats. They were put in cages. Air Blast 1 and 2. Try to make a sequel out of me. Oh, I didn't read it on Wikipedia. You know, you go around with this contemporary fucking shit they feed you down your throat is so ridiculous. So, if they are sabotaging this, yeah, fuck, dangerous for the world. So if they sabotage it, what happens? If this is an active process going on, it releases it into the biosphere. What? Yeah, just not the region. There's a jet stream. I mean, hello, there are ocean currents, Fukushima. What's coming off Fukushima is a whole nother animal. You can't pick it up. It's a plasma, it's a gas. Kevin Blanch, the greatest PhD in human history. All of it. Which I named plutonium. Never happened before. It's worse than plutonium. So, this incredible historic heat wave. I need to talk about it. This is important. Because Kevin Blanch, in 2011, 2012, predict this was going to happen. Before it happened. The Great Salt Lake is the key because that's the barometer to the Great Western Drought. It was a perfect level. My spiral jetty videos proved that in 2012. I named it in 2012 the Great Western United States Drought. Now it's come out. They're saying it's the worst drought in 1,500 years, maybe 15,000 years. Excuse me, not 1,500, 15,000 years. And they're also saying that now the temperatures being recorded in the Northwest are once in a millennium. So you're going to go all these acute scenarios that happen post Fukushima. Once in a millennium. Oh, we hear that constantly. Scientists are mystified. They're baffled. Anybody that's going to the Olympics is crazy. I mean, it's hot, baby. These suns have burrowed into the Pacific Ocean. It's not leaking, Tim Martin. It's radiating. It's way worse than leaking. Here I go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. I grew up with her. Where her grandparents and my grandparents were friends. Yeah, she's dead. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. It's a pretty lonely fight. I feel like Semmelweis. I wonder when they're going to throw me in the rubber room. Beat me to death. You know, that's the germ theory guy. He was right the whole time. Atom theory, germ theory, plutonium. So, it's so arrogant. You can understand, why would Bezos, Gates, all these arrogant fucking creep... Now, why do we allow billionaires? For 200 years, it was against the law for a billionaire to be in this country. Well over 200. It's imperialism, nuclear imperialism. It's the most arrogant thing in the fucking world. Think about this. They're playing a game, so they sabotage this. Israel's saying we did. Iran said we didn't. Talk about a freaking dangerous game with the world. So if they did sabotage it, just fuck the rest of the world. The IAEA? Oh, fuck. I protest there in Vienna so much. I'll be there soon, this fall. You know, I have the Blanche box there. You don't think that's an accomplishment? That's a Nobel Prize in the making right there, alone. Okay. I'm the one that originally put the mask on him. I put the mask all over all the wildcat statues on this campus. And some Trumper kept pulling them off. So, anyway, what a nasty, dangerous, sick game. Everybody's cool. When Israel comes right out and says we're sabotaging a centrifuge plant, and the world doesn't say, what are you talking about? Talk about a nuclear bomb. I mean, what kind of game is Iran and Israel playing on the world? It's unbelievably disgusting. You know, it's arrogance. I mean, talk about incredible. What just a small group of people think they can run the fucking world and fuck everybody else? Sounds like what Mormons say. You know, it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. I used to teach their #1 school of business in the country. They're dead last. They're Chinese imperialism now. Don't go see the Dalai Lama. I had a long conversation with the president of the university right there the other day. So, what an arrogant, unbelievable thing. So they're saying they sabotaged it. Iran says they didn't. Well, Obama and Netanyahu were just killing whole families. Obama comes, that's the sickest, worst human being, not president, person in history. Fukushima cover, who knew one of my strong suits would be killing people? Brags about it. Hope you don't get cancer, scumbag. The karma these creeps throw on each themselves, They think there is some kind of above it all. I sat right there March 12, 2011. Did the slit across there. Google defaced all that. So, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. How is the world standing by and saying that they're okay with this? We sabotaged the center. Okay. You know how, if that's active, what have they released in the world? All the birds in the Midwest got some kind of radiation poisoning. You can see it. They're going blind. Everything, you know, the whole Pacific Ocean's been plutoniumed, blanched. Going to go along these once in a millenniums. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered. It's unbelievable how the Wattis, Wattis died of fucking leukemia 3 days after he got the contract to build with the man. Inside the belly of the beast. I taught here, I graduated here. Blackballed here, me and Father McKay Brody. You're just going to go along. We live in a cute, radical, crazy, insane times. Just, you know, get a PPP loan and loot it. What a death sentence. What a death sentence it all is. What is cursed. So, what arrogance. What incredible arrogance. If they really did sabotage that. We have one in Piketon, Ohio. Paducah, Kentucky. Remember when the tornado hit the one in Paducah, Kentucky, and they come out and said it was full of Russian mess? I thought they were our adversary. It's a globalist game against the 7 billion peasants. Oak Ridge, Tennessee. My guess there's probably an accident, one of those. Well, the Chinese disaster that's going on, won't report it. Remember the Russian peninsula when everything washed up dead? Nada. Fukushima, because the nuclear energy crime syndicate run the world. Bezos, shoot him into space, get him off our place. Gates. It's disgusting. The untouchables. The nuclear energy crime syndicate can just mass murder the world. And nothing. Nobody will report it. The world stands down to them. Not me. I've given 2 months to live. Almost 10 years ago. Sickening. It's way after midnight. Stay tuned.